Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back for another week of Just a Fan podcast. Please do not adjust your screen. Yes, you are looking at the four horsemen who operates and run this thing. I am I'm one quarter host, as you can see, the one who they call the NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback of this thing, Brandon Williams. Next door is Trish TV, the man who is the quarterback of this thing, who makes everything work. Down below, the return of the man, guy who almost made it to the NFL, former wide receiver and DB, Steve White, and at a diagonal angle, whatever you want to say, the man represent the same city as Lil Kiki and Scarface, the millionaire, Eric Pando 316 Right.
I'm wearing this shirt. I'm wearing this shirt for you, Kyle Shanahan.
Uh oh. Ladies and
Already
gentlemen,
started.
There we
Already
go.
starting up.
check the shirt. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's start with some AFC talk. Gentlemen, what is going on in Mile House Stadium, where it's bound to get cold real soon? Denver Broncos. What's going on with the offense? Somebody
I mean,
Steve, go ahead.
they won.
I mean, they won, but
Nah, Steve.
Steve, I'm telling you right now, man, it's not as cut and dry as that, man. Hey, Tristan, straighten them out, man. Straighten them out.
Listen, there are wins and there are moral victories.
Okay.
This one was a moral victory because the scoreboard says they won. Looking at the game, they had no business winning that game.
Okay.
No business. No business winning that game. I am not going to get on here, and I understand the injuries, I get it. But I'm not one, unlike there's other shows that I've heard, I'm not one that's going to get on here and say that it's Russell Wilson's fault. I thoroughly believe it's the play calling that's happening in Denver.
Yeah.
And they're making him play out of normalcy of what he does very well. This is what happens when you give a guy a position that's underqualified. And I'm looking directly at the head coach. You're underqualified to do this. There's no reason that Russell Wilson, coming from Seattle, was doing what he was doing in Seattle when all he had was Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Makeshift offensive line, inconsistent run game, all that. Coming to Denver, who literally looked like a team that was a quarterback away from making noise in the playoffs. And you bring him over here, and he looks like he needed to stay in Seattle. He looking like he needs to retire as soon as the season is over. Now, I understand that it's only week 2. I get it. It's early. But
press the panic button just yet, but
in that division, you can get behind real fast.
There's no room
real
for
fast. So Nathaniel Hackett better figure something out. You paid him $250 million. You traded a lot of assets away to bring him over here because that team was constructed to literally be a quarterback away from contending. You got to do something. It's on you. It's not on Russell Wilson, because I guarantee you when the season's over, if this season's a failure, you're going to be that one that's going to get fired before that $250 million quarterback do. And that's for sure.
That part.
Point blank period. There's no reason.
Yeah.
There's no reason that Russell Wilson left that game. What was it? 45%. Quarterback rating. What was the quarterback rating of what? 66 or something like that?
Terrible.
Against
Well,
Houston.
Now, I'm going to talk about the other side of this, and I do agree with Tristan about the play calling, because let's be honest, this man never had to really be a genius offensive coordinator, because who was he the offensive coordinator before?
Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you.
The Green Bay Packers.
That's literally the same thing as someone who was the offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning. Like, that was the cushiest job you could ever have. This dude could do it on his own. You didn't have to do too much. So he doesn't really have experience calling plays. There are a lot of coordinators that do that, and then they don't become head coaches and kind of don't know what to do. So first thing first, yes, I agree with the play calling. Second thing is, let's not poo-poo the Houston Texans defense. Lovie Smith is their head coach, and he does know how to call defenses.
And Stingley is legit.
And yes, Derek Stingley is as advertised.
Yes.
But there are a lot of no-name guys on that defense that are good players too. Let's not.
But I'm looking at the stat line. It's just incredible. You have two running backs for the Broncos. Okay, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. Javonte Williams had 15 carries for 75 yards. He averaged 5 yards a clip. Melvin Gordon had 10 carries for 47 yards. Average 4.7 yards a clip.
Mm-hmm.
So your two backs that shared time had well over 100-something yards with 25 carries. Yet Russell Wilson threw the ball 31 times for 219, average 7.1 yards a pass. So if I'm seeing my quarterback having issues, I'm going to feed my two running backs because they clearly were doing the job.
Exactly.
Well, here's the problem with that. We know that they fumble prone.
Melvin Gordon is. Javonte is not too bad, but Melvin Gordon, he done had that since the Chargers.
Because if you really want to
let him go so easily.
Hey, if you really want to keep it a buck, they should be 2-0. Denver should be.
They should be 2-0.
Yeah, they should be.
Decisively 2-0.
That Seattle game was a travesty, a Travis Shea mockery. But again, if you want to win, let this man cook. Now he did lose Jerry. He did lose Jerry Jeudy for part of the game, but Cortland Sutton stepped up in a big way. He had over a buck receiving, and but there, I'm gonna be honest, there is some issues.
Yeah.
In Denver, there's definitely some issues in Denver because he has a better roster in Denver than he had in Seattle his last few years in Seattle. So, that being said,
you on a hot seat, Hackett. You on a hot seat.
Hack is on the hot seat.
That team can't be constructed like that and not be successful.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you've got a better roster. And that being said, that's not something that's not fixable. They couldn't be fixed.
It can be fixed.
So it can be fixed. So it's not like hey, press the panic button or anything like that. But it is a concern because we're not seeing the potential of this offense.
Yes.
At all.
And again, being in this division, you cannot fall too far behind.
Exactly.
This is a track meet division.
They're 1-1. I think Kansas City is the only team that's 2-0.
Yeah.
The Chargers lost one, right? They lost one game.
The
Chargers won both.
No, they lost to the. No, they did. You're right. They won both.
So Kansas City, and Chargers are 2-0.
Yep. And you can't fall behind.
No, Chargers are 1-1.
Oh, they are 1-1.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They beat the Raiders and lost to who?
Who they lost to?
Because
That'd be this past week.
No, because I got let me see, they won, I believe.
I screenshot the East Division record. The Chargers lost to the Chiefs.
Okay, so that makes
sense. They had the Chiefs this week. Okay, okay.
So right now, you know, it's still wide open. I mean, everybody's chasing the Chiefs, so you know, it's the clown for number 2. But we'll see what happens. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next game.
Let's talk about the big fight down south.
Oh yeah, let's talk
In the
about
NFC
that.
South.
Let's
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the New Orleans Saints 20-10, but the bigger story is the big fight between Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore, and company from both teams. Let's discuss it. Steve, you got anything on it?
Did we lose Steve again?
Oh, can we hear you, Steve? No, I can't hear you. Lost your audio.
Okay, I think we lost Steve audio again. That's fine.
Why he's picking that? Why he's picking that up? My opinion on it. So here's the thing.
Marshawn Lynch is a cerebral assassin.
I mean, Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore, excuse me. Marshawn Lattimore, excuse me, is a cerebral assassin.
Here's the thing, and I see the guy Kirkhouse saying that it's Brady's fault. It's not Brady's fault. I'm gonna tell you why it's not Brady's fault. It's not Brady's fault because Brady has been doing this for 20-something years. Brady has always talked some kind of trash, has said something to somebody somewhere on the field for 20-something years. This is not anything new. People forget about him and Tyrann Mathieu. These things happen. Mike Evans got a personal thing with Lattimore. I don't know if he stole his girlfriend back in the day. I don't know what happened, but he got a personal vendetta when it comes to that man. I don't understand, because when I saw it, I'm watching. I mean, you've seen it right now.
Let me tell you something.
It didn't have to go this hard. It didn't have to go this hard.
Let me tell you something. Marshawn Lattimore knew exactly what he was doing.
Not necessary.
He was talking to Tom Brady to get Brady out of his game. Brady goes back and says something. Mike Evans, notice he's the only one that got suspended because Mike Evans came from the sideline
in a full sprint. At a full sprint.
It's like he ain't walked out there. He ran out.
Watch him. Full sprint.
Whack. Full sprint. Blah, like that. That was boiling over for years. Okay? So it was like he let him get in his head so much to where he got him ejected. Mm-hmm. And he's the only one that has is suspended for a game. And I don't have a problem with what Marshawn Lattimore did because all he did was this. He didn't touch nobody. He just talked a bunch of noise. And at the end of the day, Marshawn Lattimore ain't suspended. Mike Evans is.
That's like that. Who was it? Cortland
Finnegan.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Cortland Finnegan, Andre Johnson. Yep, just like that. I don't know what it is between them two, but something's going on that we probably won't hear about until they retire or something.
Yeah, there is some serious angst. It's one thing to be like rivals, but
that's a personal thing.
That is
real talk. Hold on. Let's bring this. If we really pay attention in the first jump, let's bring this back up. If we really pay attention, Leonard Fournette should have been the one suspended
because he threw the first lick.
But you know what? You know one thing I've noticed about fights: the person that gets suspended is not always the person that throws the first punch
or starts it.
Exactly, it's the person that retaliates and keeps it going and all that stuff. Those are the ones who get suspended.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just love for Mike Evans to come on the show and be like, Mike, what's up, bro?
What did he say something about your mama? Like what?
Like what happened, bro?
If anybody got any Mike Evans connections,
like bring them our way.
Yeah,
bring them our way. Let's have a heart to heart. Let's talk about this.
Because if you really look at it, Mike Evans is a very physical, very aggressive player.
Yes,
but he's never that out of control, turned up behind anybody else but Marshawn Lattimore.
He's the only one.
Because he's been suspended one game before for fighting Marshawn Lattimore. So this ain't nothing new, guys. But for those who don't know, this is not anything new between these two.
And the thing is, I believe he went to go do an appeal.
Yes,
he had to go see James Thrash, who suspended him the first time. So, bro, you ain't gonna win that appeal because you're like, why are we back here?
James
But
Thrash
you
is in the league
James
also?
Thrash.
you
Oh,
ran
okay.
from off the sideline. You were nowhere near the altercation. That's if I'm James Thrash, that's what I'm telling him. I'm going, bruh, look at
You went
this
out of your
film,
way.
bruh.
You
You
went
went
out of your way.
You
And
went
actually-
out
and
of
actually-
your way.
actually- The appeal was supposed to be this evening.
Well, he gonna
Yeah,
lose
let's
that,
see how that
so
goes.
we can move
So
on.
we
He-
even
he
find
gonna
I'm
out
not
lose
holding
that.
my
tonight or
breath.
first thing in the morning.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You going so hard. Hold on. We're gonna play this one more time because I want people to really understand how this football thing go. You went so hard, right? You went so hard. I mean, whole melee. Here you. I mean, you swinging. You swinging. People got to hold you back and all this stuff. Watch second. Watch Brady. Here we go. All the scuffle. Watch Brady. Ain't getting nowhere near it. You hear me?
Right.
Mhm.
Brady said, "I'm
That's
44 years
that's a
old. I ain't got
veteran.
time.
45.
That's a veteran.
Tom Brady said, I'm 45, man. I'm too old to get hit by
I'm too old
anybody.
to be
So
doing
by
that."
y'all young cats.
That is a savvy veteran. That's what you call a savvy veteran.
Hey, the best ability, availability.
Availability.
He's like, yeah, I'm not finna, because all it was at first was just him and Lattimore back and forth chirping. That's football. That's all it was. And then here comes
all it
Fournette.
was.
Yep. And then Marshawn Lattimore pushes Fournette back. Then all of a sudden, here come Captain
My
America,
daddy.
number 13 from the sideline. You can hear the Avengers theme playing in the back. Dun, 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 dun. And he coming in like he wielding Mjolnir in a shield. You know, I'm like, bro, you not even on the field when this is happening, bro. What were you thinking, bro? Come on, man.
And then I just couldn't find the clip. There was another clip I was trying to look for where he was trying to talk to the ref when the ref ejected him, and he's like, "He's Tom Brady. What do you want me to
Right.
do?
I saw
Not
that.
get into that fight? That's what I wanted you to do,
Yeah.
bro. Not get in that fight.
Because Tom Brady wants you to play next week.
Exactly. What you think Tom Brady gonna praise you more for? Being available next week or having that fight just now?
Having his back over some scuffle.
Come
Right.
on, man.
Oh, man, thanks for having my back in that scuffle.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt Tom.
I don't
Ain't
know who
nobody
the hell
gonna-
I'm gonna throw to, but thanks for having my back in that scuffle.
Tom is the LeBron of the NFL when it comes to like face and branding. Ain't nobody hurting Tom. They know it. They know that they're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt Tom Brady like that.
Yeah, those Buccaneers play the Packers on Sunday prime time. Sunday game of the week.
Hey, the Buccaneers defense. I feel bad. I feel bad for good old A-Rod boy because that defense ain't no slaw.
Man,
Mhm.
what?
That Bucks defense is nice.
Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett. Man, what?
You better hope Hakeem Hicks don't play.
I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, they said he was hurt, but they say he might have a chance to play.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find that
Yeah.
out. Speaking of D-line, O-line, what's going on in Cincinnati with the O-line? I mean, they brought in 3 free agents. They drafted a player.
You
Yeah.
spent all
Like
that
Joe
money,
Burrow after
and
the
you
last
guys
couple
look
of years.
worse at the O-line than last year.
And
They signed. Hold on.
it's not
Hold on. Wait. They signed Lyle Collins from the Dallas Cowboys.
that was the first mistake, but
And
you
then
gonna
they
find
signed a right
retreads.
guard. They signed a center, and they drafted a left guard. Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is not looking good at all.
It's about as bad as last year, if not worse. Yeah, it's a problem. It's
It's a
not
big
the
problem.
fact that it's not the fact that they signed offensive linemen, it's who they signed that offensive lineman. So that's the biggest issue. It's like if you're gonna go ahead and be major players for offensive linemen, you need to be going after the top of the line in the free agent market, not just retreads. So right now it's looking like, now could things turn around? Absolutely. But if you know, right now is not looking good. It looked like they made bad choices in the front office as far as who they went to go get. Because they realized that they had a problem. They get points for that. They went and they addressed the problem. They get points for that. But how they addressed it is the issue right now.
Yes.
That's gonna be something that's gonna plague them all this season. Every time they face somebody with a decent pass rush, it's gonna be a problem.
So let me
Listen.
say this about Lyle Collins real quick.
Go ahead.
Former Cowboy. Lyle Collins can handle power pass rushers. He can't handle speed rushers. TJ Watt gave him problems week 1. Michael Parsons gave him problems on Sunday. So if you have a speed rusher,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to give La'el Collins big time problems.
So
Power rusher, not so much.
So my concern is that, listen, the whispers are already coming out there. A lot of people are around the league saying this is looking awfully familiar. The Andrew Luck situation. You can't have that boy getting killed like that out there.
Setting him up for failure.
Yeah, he was the most sacked last season.
Yes, he
Yep.
was.
He's on
That's
pace.
what he's already, I think he's already on pace this season.
He's on pace
Yeah.
to break the record. I'm
And
just like, bro, y'all gotta do
that's-
something.
That's very bad. It's very
Yeah.
bad. Very
Yeah.
bad.
So,
So
I
and-
mean,
everywhere else, they're pretty solid. It's just that offensive line.
It's the
is-
Running back
offensive
good,
line.
wide receiver good, tight end good.
running back good.
Their defense plays as a team.
yeah.
And
Except for
Burrow
Eli
is a good enough. He's a good enough quarterback to where he goes through his reads. He just needs time to go through his.
He needs
reads.
time to go through him.
He doesn't have time to go through his reads.
Mhm.
Shoot, they were showing plays from the Super Bowl where if he had another half a second of protection, he could have hit Jamar Chase on a touchdown.
Oh, game
They
over.
were-
We've
they
been
were-
talking about the Super Bowl champion Bengals. That's
There
what
were
we-
easily 2-3 plays that would have made them the
Yeah.
Super Bowl champions if he had
Yeah.
more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That Super Bowl kind of remind me a little bit of the 07 Super Bowl between the Patriots and Giants the first time around, where I felt like if Tom Brady had a little bit more protection and time in the pocket, he could have hit Randy Moss deep.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing when it came to that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl is what made Spags get the head coaching job, because
Yes.
the scheme that he put together to have that defensive line twist and do stunts the way they did and
Yes.
confuse the offensive line for the Patriots, masterful.
Yes.
Masterful. That was the first time that I ever said that an entire unit, that defensive line, should have all been Super Bowl MVPs.
Oh yeah.
Masterful
I remember they
job.
gave that shoot because Dallas went 13-3 that year, and that Giants D line against that old Dallas O line killed them.
Yes, it did.
I
Yes,
mean,
it did.
killed
It was
all
it
of
was
them.
it was
That
Michael
was the
Strahan,
unit right there.
a young Usi Umeyu, a young Justin Tuck,
Justin
and
Tuck.
rookie Matthias Kiwanuka.
Against who?
That
Leonard
was a
Williams,
line.
Mark Colombo.
That was a
bunch of
line that
old
doesn't get
guys.
talked about enough.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a line that does not get talked about enough.
Mhm.
We
So-
talk about the
so
purple
speak-
people eaters and all those guys.
So,
Yeah.
so talking about, addressing needs and, realizing that there's a problem, let's segue to our next thing.
Here, go
Here
Eric.
we go.
Let's get to it.
Go ahead, Eric. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid
His
off.
eyes
Eric.
get like his eyes getting
For
big.
those of you who are watching at home or on your phones or everything, I'd like you to notice this shirt that I'm wearing. It says CSI, Can't Stand Idiots. And the idiot of the week is none other than Kyle Shanahan.
Let me sit back.
You go out and you trade 3 first-round draft picks to get a quarterback who has more ability than your quarterback.
Just let me know when to put it up, Eric.
You can run it now. You can run it now. And you get this young man who has a better arm, has better mobility than Jimmy Garoppolo, and you treat him like a fullback. The man is now out for the season. His ankle is facing the sideline while he the rest of him facing the end zone. Okay? This is Kyle Shanahan's fault. This is the same thing that happened when Kyle Shanahan was offensive coordinator in Washington and destroyed RG3's career. Because Kyle Shanahan does not know what to do with a mobile quarterback. Kyle Shanahan loves mediocre, statuesque quarterbacks. And when I say statuesque, I don't mean tall. I mean as still as a statue. And no ability to move. He likes those quarterbacks. He likes mediocre quarterbacks. I don't know why. He likes Kirk Cousins. Y'all saw what Kirk Cousins did last night. Okay? That's what he loves. He couldn't wait to get RG3 hurt so he could get Kirk Cousins in there to get him to start. Could not wait. Because if you recall, RG3 and Kirk Cousins were basically drafted at the same
Same
draft.
year.
Yeah.
He
Kirk Cousins
loved
got
him
in the third round.
some mediocre Kirk
First
Cousins,
and fourth.
Fourth
even
round.
though Even though RG3 had the better arm, RG3 had the better athleticism. Nope, I want this guy. So I'm gonna call plays where I'm gonna put this guy in harm's way.
So you're saying
Same
there's a
thing.
conspiracy going on?
Yeah, the same thing. Kyle Shanahan's an idiot because at the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan is a brilliant play designer, but he is not a good head coach. Because good head coaches know how to make the correct decision. Why in the Grecian Spanish Jello and fruit cup gumbo hell would you constantly have your quarterback running between the guards when your running backs were eating that first half?
They were.
San Francisco was averaging almost 6 yards a carry every time a back touched the ball. It was completely unnecessary. And people are going to be like, well, it was a zone read play. It's not his fault he made the right read. It's the coach's fault for calling a play like that. And then in comes Jimmy Garoppolo and all of the football idiots. Oh, Jimmy's in the game. Oh, he did great. The man passed for less than 200 yards. And y'all acting like he went out there and threw for $4. Like, for real. Okay? The one touchdown he threw was a blown coverage. Go back and look at the film. And every other pass past 10 yards that he attempted was off target. But, they got a better chance of winning with Jimmy Garoppolo. All of these network pundits, all of these football, quote-unquote, football experts are saying this. We've seen this movie. We know how it ends. Okay? We know how it ends. Period. Jimmy Garoppolo is not it. And again, y'all know how I feel about these people that keep saying that Jimmy Garoppolo took the 49ers to the Super Bowl, how he led them to the NFC Championship. He sat on the back seat of the bus. It was the defense and the running game. And guess what? We're right back at square one. Defense and running game has got to do everything. And, by the way, we got 2 running backs down already. So we lost Elijah Mitchell week 1, and then turned around and lost Tyrion Davis Price in the same game. Lost Tyrion Davis Price.
You can trade for Zeke Elliott.
No,
Zeke will probably do wonders in that.
No, he's doing all right for us.
Yeah.
Zeke's actually having a nice season. You just got to
really is.
But Jimmy Garoppolo was 13 of 21 for 154 yards.
But let me ask you this, Eric. If they don't have Jimmy G, do you think you guys still pull out that win on Sunday? And I didn't watch the game. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch the San Fran game.
Yeah, they would have won the game.
They won the game.
The Seahawks is terrible.
The Seahawks are awful. Seahawks are awful. Yes, we would have won that game.
Okay.
Yes, we would have won that game with Nate Sudfeld or Brock.
The Seahawks is trash.
Okay.
And the defense ate, and they brought Geno Smith back down to earth.
Seahawks fans.
Yeah.
We were talking about last week.
We had spoke offline about.
You see what we were talking about last week? Hey, welcome back to earth.
Welcome back to earth.
Seattle don't play how they play.
Oh my Lord. Oh, Geno Smith, we love you so much. I'm like, okay, just wait.
Just wait. Me off. I didn't write back. He didn't write back.
But guess what? I'm saying the same thing about San Francisco and all the Jimmy Garoppolo lovers. Just wait. When we get behind by 2 scores and Jimmy can't even get us back to within 1 score, and it's 4th quarter, wait for it. It's coming.
DK Metcalf had 4 catches for 35 yards, and y'all wonder why he hugged Russell Wilson so passionately.
I miss you.
Now, part of that is Russell not being there. Another part of that is Emmanuel Mosley has DK Metcalf's number. He's had it for the last
since DK has come into the league.
Yes, Emmanuel Mosley, who's an undrafted corner and playing out of his mind for the last 2-3 seasons. I ain't gonna call him clamps just yet, but he's right there. But nobody knows him because he's undrafted. He's not a household name, but he's been playing.
Well, the thing with DK, I keep telling people, look, he is a specimen. I get it. but you got to be a technician at the wide receiver position, man. It doesn't
Tried to
matter
tell Steve
how
that.
much
Steve didn't want to listen.
how much of a freakish athlete you are, man. You got to be a technician in that position. All the great wide receivers were technicians at that position. It was
DK
down to a
Metcalf
science.
can't turn.
You realize the great, like when you think of like top 5 receivers, every single scout would say they were a genius on the whiteboard. It's just you have to have that. And DK doesn't have. I'm not going to say he can't develop it, but he don't have that yet. So if you have a physical corner that can muscle him for muscle, you're gonna have a hard time.
And here's the thing: he gives up about 20, 30 pounds to DK and about 3 inches to DK, maybe 4, and he still plays him like they the same size. But DK Metcalf has very tight hips, and he's not a great route runner at all.
It shows.
So your route tree is limited, and I know I see you twice a year. I know what I'm looking for certain routes.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sit up there and I'm gonna sit on that slant that you run. I'm gonna sit up on that back shoulder fade that you try to run that show. Now the quarterback you got can't throw. So yeah. So moving on, I ain't gonna go too much, but this shirt, Kyle Shanahan, this is for you because you basically wasted another year of this man's development behind trying to make him a fullback.
And I think for me that was the biggest thing was the fact that he's out for the year and it's another year lost for him to be able to develop to be the franchise QB that you all want. That's
He
really
might want to look for a trade, to be completely honest.
Honestly,
because you think y'all can get rid of Jimmy G next year? I don't think so. Because
he's on a 1-year deal right now. Right now, he's on a 1-year deal.
But it's going to depend on how you. But
the thing
I
is
understand how you feel about it, Eric, and Steve's going to agree with me.
You're all going to make the playoffs. Probably.
if you have a playoffs and make a deep run,
you can't substantiate letting him go once you do that. I get.
Okay, so I'm gonna see you that and raise you this. If that was the case, then why did they make Trey Lance the starter this year? We were in the NFC Championship last year.
We understand that. What we're saying though is you have
never underestimate the lunacy of John Lynch.
You have a guy that's coming off of a broken leg. If Jimmy G has a successful season and y'all have a deep run,
he's gonna be there again.
You're gonna go through the same drama this next year that you went through this year, and it's gonna be kind of worse.
Yep.
And here's the thing. And y'all not gonna agree with me, and I don't really care, but his injury, what played into part of his injury is him looking over his shoulder. I gotta make every single play because I got this fool looking over my shoulder. Remember, I told y'all. I told y'all in the offseason, I said if Garoppolo is still on this roster, it's gonna be a quarterback controversy that did not have to be.
I said it too.
Yeah, we agree.
So guess who we blame for that? John Lynch. And y'all know what I say about John Lynch in our private chats. It's John Lynch's fault. It's Kyle Shanahan's fault. He was pressed. I got to make big plays every single play. I got to win the Super Bowl in every play. He's 22 years old. I got this guy looking over my shoulder that everybody loves. I don't know why. He can't complete a pass past 10 yards.
But this is the thing. And you're going to hate this. This is the thing. I think you guys are going to make the playoffs with Jimmy G. And next year, he's going to still be on the roster because he's a quarterback that was on a winning team for you all. And
Shanahan's going to try and convince that he needs to stay.
And with Trey Lance being hurt and bouncing back from that, we don't know how long it will take. We're saying at least a year. What are you going to do? Trade him away and just have Nate Sudfeld play until Trey Lance comes back? Jimmy G is going to be on the roster for the foreseeable future.
Realistically speaking, this is what I do. First of all, his injury is not that bad. He could actually be running by December, January, but they're going to put him out for the year. He's out for the year. So his injury is not as bad as Dak's injury.
Okay.
Dak's injury is nowhere near as bad as Dak's injury. So he could be out of a cast probably by the end of November. Okay, maybe even the middle of November. So it's not as bad as an injury as you think. But realistically, you go with the young gun. That gives you more opportunities to make plays. Jimmy Garoppolo limits this offense tremendously. You
But
spent a 3rd round draft pick on Danny Gray, a guy who runs a 4.3 and is a deep threat. He's literally like a, and please, I'm not saying nothing bad about Tyreek Hill because he don't hold a candle to Tyreek Hill, but he's the Tyreek Hill of your offense. With Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster, you just wasted a 3rd round draft pick because he can't get that guy the ball. Brandon Ayuk was poised to get ready to have a 1,000-yard season this season.
Oh man, yeah,
That's gone.
him and
That's
Trey Lance
gone.
was looking good.
That's gone with Jimmy Garoppolo. So now you just wasted a 1st round pick for another year, and you wasted a 3rd round pick for his rookie season because you keeping this bum on the roster. He limits your offense.
Right, he does. But this is the thing. But Eric, y'all were in the NFC Championship, so now as far as the system quarterback, like he made it to the Super Bowl with you guys. He's not the. It can get a lot worse to Jimmy G.
Absolutely, but guess what? You already have a quarterback that's better than him. So why hold on to him? Why hold on to a guy that could not win you the Super Bowl? Why hold on to a guy who could not bring you back in the NFC Championship? Why do that? Why would you do that?
I kind of side with Eric.
That's that privilege talk.
Doing the same thing, expecting different results is insanity, and that is what we have in the front office and the coaching staff in San Francisco.
But you guys have been really good a lot recently. So listen to what you said. You know, we say privilege. Listen, what was your sentence? What was your last sentence? You said he couldn't win the Super Bowl. Y'all made it there.
We made it there because Nick Bosa had double-digit sets.
It's not because
we made it there because
Aaron.
The defense. Jesus Christ, Steve! Do you realize Jimmy Garoppolo threw less than 11 damn passes in the divisional round that year we went to Super Bowl?
Listen,
we beat Minnesota literally.
I know
the entire population of Minnesota in the box, and they could not stop the run game. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't throw a pass the second half.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot
worse. Absolutely. It ain't
been a transition.
But guess what? You have a 1st round quarterback who can actually complete a pass past 10 yards already on your roster. You talking like there's nobody there. You talking like Trey Lance does not exist.
I'm not saying that. You're acting like he's gonna just pop on in and just take y'all further than Jimmy G. I haven't seen enough yet.
Here's the thing.
We don't know.
Okay, you sound like them idiots on TV. Now,
I'm just saying we don't know.
No, stop the cap.
Have we seen it?
I just don't know. You know what? He needs reps, but he can't get them now because his damn ankle broken because his stupid ass coach. That's what's going on.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, you can't call me. I'm just saying, I don't. You know him better than me. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't think Tristan knows enough of him. I don't think Brandon does. I don't think most of the league knows enough of what he can do. I'm not saying he can't do. I'm just saying.
I mean, the man only played one college football game.
Exactly.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Jamal, log off right now. Jimmy Garoppolo threw a 38-yard pass to a wide open tight end because of a blown coverage by Seattle. That required no. I could make that pass. Okay? He was wide open. The closest person to him was a guy selling hot dogs walking up and down the aisle in Candlestick. Okay? Stop it. You gonna stop this doggone Jimmy Garoppolo love fest. He is at best slightly above mediocre.
That's all we're saying. You're saying bum.
Trey Lance has a higher ceiling than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what we talking about? What we talking about then? What we talking about?
We're gonna see. So right now you guys just roll with Jimmy.
Jamal, log off. I ain't talking to you, Jamal. You in here to troll and we talking business.
They got me in the divisional round.
Jamal.
And they may make the NFC Championship
again. They may be in the NFC Championship
again.
If you look at the conference, the 49ers legit could be.
They may be there again, like last year.
With the running game and the defense.
And the year before.
With the running game and the defense. Brandon, quit putting that foolishness up on the screen.
They could be there again.
Business. Jamal is here to troll. I ain't got time for it.
Go ahead, hey Brandon. Go ahead, send us on through, man. Send us on through for Eric have another connection, man.
He's gonna have
I
a
got you.
damn
All right,
connection.
so, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Kyle
Give it
Shanahan and San
right.
Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan's protege, Mike McDaniel, down in Miami,
The
Um,
mad genius.
down with the Miami Dolphins.
There's somebody
Things
knows
up.
how to call plays.
They got lucky Sunday. They got
Tua
lucky Sunday.
Tua
There's somebody
Tagovailoa,
knows how to call plays.
gentlemen,
Fins up, baby.
gentlemen. Tua Tagovailoa is looking good. Is
6
this a fluke?
touchdowns?
Is this a fluke?
6 touchdowns is a fluke.
It's not.
for sure.
I don't think it's a fluke. I mean, well,
No, 6
maybe that was.
touchdowns is a
Yeah.
Good
fluke.
play calling.
Well,
Somebody
Ravens,
said
Ravens
anybody.
blew coverage. Ravens blew coverage, just like Detroit did against the Eagles.
But I'm
You can
saying
say- I mean-
6 touchdowns is a fluke.
Yeah, you won't see that whole lot from him.
You ain't
but
gonna see
the
6
Ravens
touchdowns.
the Ravens let him come back. I mean,
Y'all realize that the Ravens were up by multiple scores. I wish
Yeah.
Baloo and them was on here. Y'all realize
They're not
that
gonna come
the
around for that.
Ravens were up by multiple scores with 12 minutes left in the game.
That was a catastrophic failure.
Catastrophic.
blown coverage. Tyreek Hill ran straight. Why do people still let him do that? Like,
Watch it. You know what?
listen, I remember the play. It was man coverage, one high. I think they were in 4-3. And then the corner, I don't know if it was Peters or what. He was in the flat zone. Tyreek Hill just ran straight. Safety was on the other side. He couldn't even recover. He didn't even try.
It was the rookie safety.
The man was in the flats, and he just ran straight. Now, I mean, I can't take it away from Miami exploited that, but
The rookie safety. I told people
defenses are gonna be smarter than that.
when he was getting drafted, I said that kid was good. He's a good safety. He struggles to cover deep. He cannot. Mentally he is not there. It's just like he
Yeah.
gets lost. He
That
gets
then-
lost.
And then when they scored, you saw
That
them
means he's a box safety.
arguing and fighting and stuff. Like this man.
I don't even want to say he's a box safety because he's very dynamic physically. He's very gifted. He's fast. He's big. He's strong. He's gifted.
Who are we
He
talking
just-
about?
It's up here.
Miami
not
Dolphins
just that.
rookie safety. I don't know who he
But not
is.
just
But,
that.
but
What's the kid's
hold
name?
on. Okay, but here's my thing.
You talking about Holland?
I'm gonna tell you in a second.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead,
Here's-
Brandon.
Here's my thing with safeties. Either A, you can cover deep, or B, you in the box, or C, you can cover tight ends.
Kyle Hamilton.
Well, no. So the
Oh,
I
play,
thought he was in Baltimore.
no,
Baltimore.
the play.
You said Miami. You talking about Baltimore?
I'm talking about both
play-
Kyle
Oh,
Hamilton.
Baltimore.
had-
Kyle Hamilton. Oh,
They
well,
had 3 receivers on one side, so the safety naturally was over there. The problem is this: one side you had Tyreek Hill, you had a corner probably 7 yards off. The corner play a flat zone. What kind of route you think Tyreek Hill gonna do one on one with you? What do you think he'll do? A slant?
A
You think he
go.
gonna? You think he gonna do a hitch on you? No.
It's a go.
The
Once he sees that the
safety.
heels, what
was-
do they teach you, Steve, when you was playing receiver? If you see the corner's heels on the ground,
Dog, the one safety was on the other side with all the other receivers. You had one corner. The boy didn't even run with him. He swore Tyreek Hill was gonna do, I don't know what kind of route, maybe a slant. I don't know a zig. He just ran straight, and the corner was just still sitting there, just waiting for maybe a tight end to come across under. And Tyreek Hill was free.
y'all.
I was like, yo, yeah, oh, this is professional football.
Tua was 36 of 50 for 469 yards, 6 touchdowns.
And I lost my fantasy week because of him.
Who'd you lose to, Eric?
My
I
man
lost
was
to you,
looking like
Steve,
my man was looking
because
like
nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw Tua Tagovailoa throwing 400 something damn. Nobody saw that.
my man was looking like the second coming of Dan Marino out there, just flinging it,
He was balling, man.
flinging it.
hey,
And Baltimore's a hard place to win in, man. It's hard to win in M&T.
let me go back to Kyle Hamilton real quick, just for a quick 5 seconds. A few people who I do trust when it comes to draft process did call Kyle Hamilton a box safety. So, it showed.
That's
They
what I
called- they
saw.
called- They
When I
call
did
him
film
that.
it-
They called him that because if you watch Notre Dame tape on him, that's what they made him do. He's a lot more dynamic than that. But because he was never taught to expand himself, this is all he knows. That's it.
Well, then until further notice, he's a box safety.
You can't run man
when I
coverage
did
against
film
him.
study, getting ready for the draft, that's all I saw. I saw him make.
That's what Notre Dame made him do. But
Okay,
he physically can do everything.
Tristan. Just like Jamal Adams.
No.
Just like
I
Jamal
can't put
Adams.
that.
Until further notice, he's a box safety.
Wait,
But
hold
I'm not
on.
gonna put him in
Wait.
Jamal Adams category. I'm not gonna put him in Jamal
Wait.
Adams could have been a linebacker in the NFL.
Jamal
When he came in-
Adams is a weak side linebacker.
You believed in
Yeah.
him to be a deep ball safety. You believed in him.
Who, Jamal Adams?
Yes, you
I
did.
believe in him as
Not
a
me. I know you
linebacker.
ain't talking to
You
me,
believe
girl.
him
I
as
was
a
looking
deep
for
ball
I thought he
safety.
would have changed.
I remember,
No,
Tristan. Don't
I
do
thought
that.
he would have changed. No. I thought he would have changed positions when he got into the league. He played safety because you had people like Devin White and all them boys down there at LSU. He ain't had to play linebacker there. I thought he was going to change positions when he came to the Jets. When he came to the Jets, I thought they were going to put him in the box, be kind of like that hybrid safety linebacker type person. That's what I thought he was going to be. He never covered at LSU.
Isn't that what Todd Bowles did? Because Todd Bowles was running some weird defense when he was blitzing safeties.
And that's when Jamal Adams was eating.
Right.
And then ever since then, when he got his money, and then people try to pay him like he's this deep cover safety because everybody's trying to find their Sean Taylor, he ain't it. He ain't it.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor was really just kind of one of those once in a generation linebacker.
I just don't understand how you run man coverage against Jalen Waddle and Tyreek. You just never dial that up. Like,
I mean,
here's the thing.
Less about
fastest receiving core in the league. What are
so
you doing?
less about Baltimore, and more about Miami. I said this when we talking about our going through our division by division previews. I said Miami's running back and receiver room could basically be an Olympic 4x1 team.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's like that's very hard to defend. Like now you have a real play caller in Mike McDaniel.
And look what they did. You got running backs that can keep the stable. You invested in the offensive line.
Yep, Connor Williams. And then you
secondary is still there.
And then exactly. And then you got
Aaron
your weapons. And Gesicki, I told y'all Gesicki was good. Everybody's like, oh no. Gesicki is an athletic tight end that needs someone to call plays for him to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
So Miami, hey, listen, Miami can keep building on this, and it's going to be something to behold. I just feel bad for Lamar Jackson. He had a great game, and it just got overshadowed by what Miami did in those last 12 minutes.
Yep. Yes, that's why I said less about Baltimore and more about what Miami did.
He was killing
it. He's offensive coordinator. I'm available.
We're not even going to talk about Greg Roman. We shall not invoke his name after I just said it. That's the last time we're going to bring his name up.
I'm just saying, I'm available.
We know, Brandon. We know.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Eric, get ready. It is now time for our weekly
Pando's picks.
Pando's 316 picks.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Hey, some weird stuff happened this past week. I finished 5-11 for because there was some picks that like that was just like I didn't see that coming. Like first of all, the Jets and the Browns are no longer teams that you can just automatically pencil in a W on the schedule. They just not them dudes to steal on no more. You don't know what's going to happen when you play. You might whoop them, but there's a high probability they might whoop you. So that was a huge thing. So let's get into this week. I'm gonna just ball up. Just gonna ball up last week's picks. Okay. So we have the Steelers versus the Browns. Okay. I gotta go with the Steelers. I know that's crazy. I'm gonna go with the Steelers by 3 in this one. Okay. Even without TJ Watt, I think it's time for the Browns to come down to earth a little bit. I could be way wrong.
But Clowney's not even playing, I don't think, right?
Who?
Isn't Clowney injured?
I believe Clowney's injured.
Yeah.
But I think the Steelers have shown themselves to. I think they're a better coach team than the Browns at this point. So I have to go with the Steelers. Give me the Bills over the Fins right now. And as great as Miami played Sunday, let me tell you something.
The
Let me tell you
Bills.
something. Let me hold on. Let me tell you something about these Buffalo Bills, man. Because if they keep going at the rate that they going, like they basically answered the call. The pundits have been saying that all offseason the Bills are the Super Bowl favorite. The Bills are the Super Bowl favorite, and they are playing the role for 2 weeks now. They are playing the role. They like, oh, that's your lunch money? Give it here. It's my bike, punk. Like literally, they are just straight up deboing everybody.
As
I did
Chris
not
Berman
expect
said-
them.
As Chris Berman used to say, they might circle the wagon.
Yeah, no, they ain't even circling the wagon. When you circling the wagon, it's a defensive position to defend to the last man. They going out there and snatching chains and stealing bikes.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like watching just
But they always-
really just go through the.
But they always
league.
do that. They always do that in the regular season. This is my problem. I don't mean to hijack. This is my problem with the Bills. I've been rooting for them ever since they got Stephon Diggs. Whenever they get to a big game, they can never get past their opponent because they can't run
No,
the
they
ball.
can never get past Patrick Mahomes. That's
Either
really
way.
who's been stopping them.
Either way, they haven't been able to get over that hump because until they develop that run game, until they're multifaceted on offense.
Thank you. I was going there. That's what I was going to say next.
What did we say? What did we say last night, Eric? What did we say last night?
If there's one thing that you can point out, if there's a chink in the armor,
We literally said it last night, Steve.
It's their running game. And if they get that handled and get that situated, because I feel like Cook should be their starting running back.
Absolutely.
But they're
James
not.
Cook,
They're not going to because they don't have to. Like the
But-
Ravens, because they do it just enough to get
They
as far as
did.
they're going to get.
They did 3 4th-and-1 plays last night and threw the football.
It didn't make any sense because they have no faith in their running game.
It's
And that's that. If you're gonna
reckless.
say
That's
okay,
reckless.
it is absolutely. But if you're gonna find a chink in the armor or some way to get at Buffalo, is some kind of way force them into a running situation. So
And
you're
that's
going to have a team that has a really good secondary and somebody that ain't scared to hit Josh Allen with his big tail.
And that's what teams have been doing with them the last three. I've been rooting for Buffalo. Like, all right, Cowboys ain't doing nothing. I said I need Buffalo to really get over this hump because Stephon Diggs. But they just they can't do it because like the Ravens, they're gonna do just enough. They're gonna play however they play. Go against a team that can counter that and shut them down.
Now watch this. This is something Buffalo is better at this year than they were last year so far. It's only week 2, but so far, Buffalo's defense is ferocious.
Von Miller is the X factor.
Mhm. That's true.
That
That's
pass rush,
That's true. That's
like
true.
Greg Rousseau, a draft pick out of Miami, out of
Mhm.
University of Miami. Everybody was talking about, oh, he's got speed, but does he have power? I literally watched him pick up a guard and put it in Tannehill's lap last night. I said,
Mhm.
okay, this
Mhm.
guy may not just be a sit. And this was an interior rush. They always called him an edge guy. They put him on the inside. He still got to the quarterback.
He's a man child.
So I'm just like, that defensive line, that defensive front, Tremaine Edmonds up there playing Mike linebacker. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That
Oliver
defense-
up there.
That defense and Jordan Poyer, he just cleaned up the trash.
Poyer, they got Edmonds.
Yeah, so I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Again, it's just week 2.
Again,
Let's not get excited. But right now, they answering the call. They're saying, "Hey, we're a dominant team. We're gonna show you on both sides of the ball we're dominant."
It's week 2, but when you look at some teams and when you watch it, you gotta watch Buffalo.
Mhm.
You're like, ain't nobody messing with Buffalo like that. It's just like a juggernaut. Like ain't nobody messing with Josh Allen.
They didn't even have
Ain't
Gabe
nobody
Davis.
seen Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is what we wanted Cam to be.
Yeah.
That's exactly who Josh Allen is.
Yeah.
That's what Justin Herbert's supposed to be.
That's what Justin Herbert's supposed to be.
Yeah, but Justin Herbert, he's doing this well. If those ribs turn out all right, he's gonna be okay. Justin Herbert,
He's gonna be okay. It's Brandon Staley that's gonna ruin him. But Josh Allen is everything that we wanted Cam to be in Carolina. To develop to come in as an athlete like that, but develop as a passer like that. Because what are you gonna do to Josh Allen? Okay,
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't.
want to, you want to put your
Uh,
you want to put your ends you want to put your ends at home and blanket so he doesn't run out. Okay, he's gonna beat you in the pocket. He can beat you in the pocket. You want to keep him contained. Then if you don't want to contain, you want to try and rush in the middle. He's big enough to brush off anybody and fast enough to get away if he gets an open lane. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do there with that?
yeah, yeah. I don't want to compare him to Cam, but I see what you're saying.
I feel like when I watch him, it's just my opinion. When I watch him, I feel like he's what. It's not to disparage Cam. Cam did great things in the league,
Cam's
but to
accomplished more than him
prolong
so
for
far.
Cam to have prolonged his career, I wish he had the coaching that would have propelled him as a passer like that.
And offensive
Well, Turner.
weapons. Because remember, Cam's team, they had that defense that helped.
When they released Steve Smith, that was one of the first mistakes they made.
Thanks. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, go ahead.
We still got a lot of games covered. So, all right. So, call me crazy. I like the Bengals over the Jets. They got to
You know what the Jets did to him last year,
yeah, but
and
I
they
feel
worse
like,
than.
I'm with you. I can't see the Bengals going 0-3. I can't see that.
I can't see that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, at this point, this is going to be,
Joe Flacco dusting off that arm, man.
if
look,
they
now,
if they
hold on.
lose this game, then I really feel for this season. Honestly,
Sauce
look,
Gardner living up to the hype too. The
Hey.
the rookie corners have been showing out in this season.
Eric, I agree with you that they shouldn't go 0-3, but I feel like with Robert Saloff and running that defense, and I met
oh,
the
you ain't got to tell me about Robert Saleh. We missing this friend, but
and
D'Amico Ryans,
the defensive line coach being your former assistant defensive line coach
yeah,
against that Bengals offensive line, it might be enough.
I hear
It might be
everything.
enough for something to give Cincinnati some problems.
Yeah,
I hear you, and
I'm
that's
just saying.
why
I'm just throwing it out there.
I just feel like they're gonna find a way to put it together. I hope. But I'm
Joe
gonna tell
Burrow
you
gonna
right
have to work
now,
a miracle boy because that corner that's gonna be on Jamar Chase, Sauce. Oh, he's been balling.
yeah.
Oh, him and Derek Stingley. I mean, you talking about defensive rookie of the year candidates? They balling.
Yeah, I still like the Bengals.
They got Sauce and Stingley?
No.
No.
Stingley's
in Houston.
Oh, I was like, I
Those
thought
kind of-
Stingley's
yeah.
in Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
could
I'm
you
a
imagine?
transaction
Oh
over
my-
here.
Could you imagine?
Bro. So I feel like the Bengals can pull it together this week. And
I don't know.
really
I'm with
in this conference, listen to me now. In this conference, you got to get it together and get it together early.
Yeah.
0-3, you are done in this.
You're done.
It's like the AFC West. You cannot fall behind far in the entire conference of the AFC.
Hey man, I'm talking about the AFC period.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like that, but now it's broader.
This conference is so good that
Yes.
if you 0-3, you're done. You're not gonna be at a game ground.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody coming out of the AFC South. I'm telling you that right now.
Which I'm getting to that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
Ain't
getting to
nobody
that.
coming out of here.
I'm
You're
getting to it. I'm getting to that. So give me the Raiders over the Titans. Because I feel like they gonna get it together. And
We're gonna see Malik Willis in a minute.
the Titans, I think the Titans, especially if they don't play Malik Willis and they go with Ryan Tannehill.
We're gonna see Malik Willis.
The Titans are suffering from PTSD from this beating. When somebody beats you that bad, you remember how bad Clubber Lang beat up Rocky in the first fight? It took him a minute to get it back together before he could go back in the ring again.
Yeah.
That he got that type of, prediction, pain. Like, is that like for real? They got beat bad.
And if they have lost Tyler Lewan at the left tackle, that's
he's out.
It's bad enough they lost Harold
And you're
Landry.
dealing with Max Crosby coming off the edge along with who's the other edge rusher in
Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones. So yeah, that's a problem.
Long arm Chandler Jones. That boy arm like 36 inches.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. So I have the Raiders over the Titans. I feel like the Raiders are gonna pull it together. So moving on. Give me the Saints over the Panthers.
yes.
I
I feel like Jameis will bounce back.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna bounce back for them.
And Panthers suck.
Yeah, and the Panthers are not very good. They're not.
Just suck. Let's just call it what it is.
So
Matt Rule.
I'm looking for the Saints to go up to the East.
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule, bye.
And the Saints want to bounce back from that.
Yeah, the Saints are
Okay.
going to bounce back from that. It was a close game against the Bucks, so they're going to bounce back from that.
Carolina Panthers, you need a head coach. I'm available.
Brandon is applying for jobs in the middle of my So give me the Ravens over the Pats.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we already know the reason why. Next,
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
It's a good
so
it'll be a good game, but yeah, Ravens taking that.
give me the Vikings over the Lions. Now hold on. This game.
Have you watched Aiden Hutchinson?
Hold on.
man,
Damn it. Hold on.
this is tough.
Hold on.
Detroit, baby.
Hold on.
Hey, what Eminem saying that Dr. Dre video? Detroit what? Detroit what? Detroit, baby.
Let Eric.
Go ahead.
So give me the Vikings over the Lions, but again, I have the same attitude about the Bengals Jets game. Okay. Because the Lions are not nothing to trifle with, and Kirk Cousins is awful. We all agree on that. But this is one of those ones where I would not be shocked if the Lions beat the Vikings at all. And the Vikings going to get exposed for what we think they are. Because a lot of people are like, oh, the Vikings going to do this. And a lot of people's in the preseason like, oh, Vikings. I'm like, you still got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is still your quarterback. Like, we can talk about the picks that he threw. He put Darius Slay in the Pro Bowl just last night.
That's what I was saying. He throwing.
But there was several other passes he made that if the DBs could catch better, he would have had a 4 or 5 interception night.
Listen,
Justin Jefferson was in the back of the end zone like this.
He throwing passes I wouldn't throw.
Yeah.
And the Lions, they're hungry. They're close to first place. They're like, yo, we can
do this.
Standings.
We can do this.
Aiden Hutchinson is a menace.
Yeah.
Man, what?
And Rodrigo, the rookie linebacker.
A menace. I'm glad they kept him.
Running for
I watched him all through Hard Knocks.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
He's in running right now through 2 games.
So that is my pick'em game of the week. That's why that's the one that could go either way. Okay. Give me the Eagles over the Commanders.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Now, I'm not on the Eagles bandwagon, but that's slowly winning me over. I got to see them for a couple more weeks to really be like, okay, yeah, these guys are legit.
Hey, man, I went to sleep upset last night.
The Eagles offense a whole lot this Sunday.
But you know what?
I need to see.
I know the Eagles are doing good right now, but it's something about them division games in the NFC East, man.
That's true.
And
like that's any divisional game.
But not
the
just that.
The East for sure really.
Jalen Hurts, like he hasn't beaten the Cowboys yet, and he has to play Washington. Some stages are different. Like, all right, oh man, this is division. Like it's a game changer, man. It's a game changer. So
I
wouldn't be surprised.
I am literally watching this game with bated breath because we really don't know what we got yet. So we're gonna see, but I need to see week 4. I can tell you what the Eagles are gonna be. Okay, now week 4, Kevin, Mr. KL Cherry. He said by week 5. I would know by the end of
week 4 we'll know.
Week 4, we're gonna know what they really are.
Yeah, we are.
But right now, give me the Eagles over the Commanders. And then the next game, this is my
there we go.
This is my stone cold pick of the week. This is the lockdown one. Chiefs over Colts. The Colts, I don't know.
Heck yeah.
I don't know who the game recognized game, and the Colts looking kind of unfamiliar.
Heck
okay.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are rolling.
I don't even know if I want to watch that massacre take place.
Oh, I won't even watch that.
I don't even know if I want to see it.
I'm gonna be on the field doing air traffic control for the Chiefs.
Like
and let me say something about the Chiefs. You know, everybody's talking about, well, Tyreek Hill is gone. What are the offense going to look like? I think the offense is actually more dangerous now that he's not part of it because it's really getting spread around now. You can't key one guy anymore. You
he's
cannot
legit out there like, oh, you're open? Oh, you're open?
Because he has enough time. He's athletic enough to have time for plays to break down. People get open.
And what did I say? What have I said for years about Matt Ryan? What have I said for years?
Yeah, you hated Matt Ryan for a long time.
Oh,
I think you feel about Matt
Give
Ryan.
me my time right now.
Ladies,
What have I
You
said
feel about Matt Ryan like I feel about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Hold on.
and how Jamal feels about Kirk Cousins.
Tristan wants Jeff Fisher as head coach, Adam Gase as offensive coordinator, Jack Del Rio as defensive coordinator, and Matt Ryan as quarterback.
starter.
Don't get him started. Why are you doing that?
Listen,
Why are you doing that? Brandon,
Because
don't do
I'm
that.
from PG County and I can do whatever I want to do.
Don't do that because Tristan gonna go off on a rant and people gonna start logging on.
The moment that he left Atlanta, I said we're gonna finally see
before
the real
then,
Matt Ryan.
Before then,
he has been in that bubble and has been protected by Arthur Blank for over a decade, and now we see what he is. That man better retire after the season's over.
Oh, this is. I think this is his last season.
He better retire.
This is it for him. He's kept getting that check.
He looks like trash.
Yeah,
and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
So that was my Stone Cold Lock of the week. And then next I have give me the Houston Texans over the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Okay. I agree. Houston's defense.
All right.
I haven't watched enough of either team yet to be completely honest.
You don't want to see the Bears, brother.
I saw week 1. I gotta watch.
Week one was a fluke. Week 2
was worse.
Houston, look, Lovie Smith just knows how to be a head coach. Let's just go and put that out there.
Yes, Lovie Smith can coach.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
Lovie Smith can coach.
Monday.
Thank you.
Chicago wishes they still had Lovie.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, because Houston's defense is coming into his own, and like I said, there are a lot of guys on that defense that are not household names.
I like Davis Mills, man,
and Davis Mills is very underrated.
He's solid.
He's very, very underrated, extremely underrated. And Chicago has a lot of difficulty covering tight ends, and they have O.J. Howard in Houston now, and it's becoming a favorite of David Mills. Davis Mills is starting to get a chemistry and connection.
But look. If the young quarterbacks always need a good tight end,
if they
help them out in the beginning of their careers.
If the Houston front office wants to regain any type of camaraderie with their fan base, you give Lovie Smith whatever long leash possible to construct this team in his image.
Thank you.
If you want to win that fan base back, that's what you got to do.
Now, here's the problem. This is the Houston Texans organization we talking about.
Look. Hey, Eric, we know, but Tristan is right on the. What's wrong? There you go.
I don't disagree.
Tristan's right on the money.
Davis Mills, and shoot, I'm gonna throw something else. I'm gonna put him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the most underrated offensive players in the league. Amon-Ra, he had 1,400 last year. Man, this dude
he's better than his brother.
He's ripping the league up, and no one's talking about him.
He's in Detroit.
Right. He destroyed us on Sunday.
If Amon-Ra St. Brown was on a high market team, he'd be a household name.
Oh yeah.
His brother is good too.
His brother had a good game.
His brother's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. He had a good game.
He ain't as good as him.
But Amon-Ra,
Yeah. But I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is better than his brother.
Honestly.
He is.
Yeah.
So let me go. All right. So next game, I mulled over this for a long time, but Justin Herbert has a rib injury, and we don't know if he's going to play.
He's going to play.
So here's the thing: if Justin Herbert plays and is not hampered by that rib injury, I got the Chargers over the Jags. However, if Justin Herbert has an issue with those ribs, you gotta give me the Jags.
Yeah, Jags. That's
they're improving.
Yeah, they're improving.
And
They're
that
getting
rookie,
better.
the number 1 pick,
What a
Hey.
difference coaching makes.
what a
Hey,
difference coaching makes.
hey, and we were just talking about Lovie Smith in Houston. So
What a
yeah, a head
difference
coach makes a
coaching
difference.
And Trevor Lawrence, I said Lance. Lawrence has he has time in the pocket to make plays, man.
Hey,
I still don't see where they're saying he was a generational talent,
I don't see
but
that
he can
either.
play quarterback.
And, no, yeah, he was not generational talent.
But he's
He's
damn
running for his
good.
life at
He's
Clemson.
good.
How you generational? You running for his life at Clemson?
He's good, but he ain't generational talent.
But he's damn good.
The last generational talent I saw was Andrew Luck.
and he got beat up, unfortunately.
Because
When
the
I
coach
watched
was
Andrew
different.
Luck at Stanford, I said that man has no business playing in college.
That's the last generational talent you seen?
At
At the
quarterback.
quarterback position.
Really?
At the quarterback position.
Okay.
At the quarterback position.
All right, so
Who's in?
Because okay, hold on, real quick. Because Steve, you have to think when we say generational talent at quarterback, we're talking about complete quarterback that just A+ across the board.
Like I said, he had no
I
business
can
playing in
I
college.
can think of several.
Okay, who?
Since him,
Several? At
I
the
say
quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was not. Josh
Not
Allen's accuracy
generational.
was a problem.
He's a monster, but not when I'm bro.
A+ across the board, Steve.
When I say
across the
generational,
board.
I'm the bar is high, bro. There's only a few in history. That's like
John
TJ
Elway,
Smith.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's a bold statement. Okay, but all right.
Like you put Andrew Luck anywhere, he's going to succeed. There's only a few people like that.
Okay, and none since him.
I'm not that level.
Coming out of college.
Not that level.
I still got 5 games to pick.
My bad, Eric.
Right.
We might have to do like a little short on that one.
Okay.
Because I want to hear your perspective, but we can't do it today.
Look. I don't mind hopping on for a quick short.
Let Eric finish his picks.
But go ahead, Eric.
Okay, thank you. All right, give me the Rams versus the Cardinals, and I'm gonna be honest, it ain't gonna look like that playoff game. I still don't think it will. I don't think
You
the
said
Rams.
Is it the Rams and Cardinals?
Rams over Cardinals, but
Yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you like this: the Rams should have lamb blasted the Falcons, and they struggled to win that game.
They struggled.
Yes, they did.
And you just come off of a beating, and you playing one of the worst teams in the league, and you still almost let them back in it. So yeah, so Rams, give me the Rams for the win, but don't expect them to just run away with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, don't expect them to. Okay, give me the Bucks over the Packers. Even without Mike Evans, if Chris Godwin plays, give me the Bucks over the Packers. Because the Bucks defense they're not going to win conventionally with Tom Brady slinging it all over the yard. That defense is good enough.
And Leonard Fournette
with going against these inexperienced wide receivers
who can't catch.
Outside of Sammy Watkins, there's very little experience in that receiving corps, and Randall Cobb, who's over here.
Sammy Watkins over there.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins over there.
Lazard's not healthy.
Yeah, Randall Cobb's washed, so I'm not expecting a whole lot.
All he has is Lazard.
All they have is
Who's
Lazard.
Not even healthy.
And
Valdez Scantling or something.
I think it's going to be a low
he's
scoring.
Over with the Chiefs. Scantling with the Chiefs.
That's right.
I think it's going to be a low scoring game because both teams are going to run the heck out the ball. It's going to be a lot of short passing and so on and so forth. It ain't going to be the gunfight that you think it's going to be. It's going to be a knife fight in a phone booth. So, so that's what it's. I think both teams are going to run the ball, and I'm like 16-13, something like that.
Right.
But give me the Bucks over the Packers. Okay. Give me the Falcons over the Seahawks. Because Geno Smith. Because Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because Geno Smith. Yep. Okay. And we're going to go on from that. Give me the Broncos over the Niners. Okay. They got to go 2 Mile High.
I don't know.
And Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback.
I don't know.
Give me the Broncos. I'm picking against my team.
Eric,
I'm more confident. I'm more confident in your defense
if
than
Jimmy Garoppolo is the starting quarterback. I'm going against the Niners.
He always does that. He has zero faith.
I don't know about that.
I have zero faith. Now, is there a chance? Why you put that up early, man? Why you messing up my stuff, man? I'm getting to that game, man. We ain't even got to that game yet.
Stop crying.
Okay? So, but basically, is there a chance he looks up and wins that game because the defense commits? To get some takeaways because Talanoa Hufanga playing with his hair on fire.
Eric, y'all gonna be back in the NFC Championship game, Eric.
I doubt it. I doubt it because if you always do what you always, hey,
The NFC conference is weak.
the league is catching up. Okay, that stuff we did 2 years ago is not going to work 2 years from
Last year, Eric.
Have you seen
And
that?
then
What
look,
you mean?
and
Eric,
look,
y'all
and look.
just there
They're
last
either
night.
gonna win. They're either
Y'all
gonna
telling me
win.
about my team. I know more about my team than y'all do. Okay,
But Eric, look at the conference. Look at the NFC right
That's
now.
true. That's true.
Who's really
I
going
would
to see
be.
y'all?
Let me tell you
Who's
something.
seeing
I
y'all?
would be shocked if we make it back to the NFC Championship.
Eric, who's seeing y'all out of the NFC right now? Who really like you? Like
The Saints, the Bucks, the Packers,
the Bucks. That's
and on a good day, the Rams.
the Bucks. Y'all just beat the Packers in Lambeau last
The Rams
year.
have no offensive line. The Packers have wide receivers
And
that
the
got
Packers are
multiple
worse
hands.
now.
You know what? I wish I could share your optimism. I'm just being a realist.
And then look,
The
and then
Saints
they're gonna.
quarterback situation. I mean, Jameis Winston can be good, but we have yet to really get there where he needs.
Tom Brady is your only adversary.
Thank you.
That's enough. Shit, that's enough.
And then look, they lose or they win, and the box score won't be impressive enough to air.
You will see Tom Brady in the NFC Championship game.
I can see that. I can see Tom Brady in the NFC Championship, but not against my team. I just don't. I have no expectations for the year.
I can't wait.
Because here's the thing. I'm finna throw something at you. I'm finna throw something at you. Listen to me. In 2020, we led the league in injuries. 2019, we went to the Super Bowl. 2020, we had a bunch of injuries. 2021, we went to the NFC Championship. It's that time again. The injury bug is rolling, which I've been screaming about firing this training staff and the strength and conditioning staff for the longest in San Francisco. It's time. This ain't the last of the injuries you're about to see. This ain't the last. It ain't over.
A few months from now, we're gonna be here.
I know. Listen, I know how this is gonna. I know how this goes.
And if, you know what? And if I'm wrong, you can't be like, ha ha, Eric. I'm gonna be like, well, shit, we know. I mean, I'm just gonna be like,
Eric, because Eric hedges. That's how Eric hedges his bets.
No,
If
I
he's
don't.
wrong, they're successful. If he's right, then he's right. But check this out. They're gonna do well. And if he doesn't have a great box
and get
score,
and if they get to the
Eric's gonna
Super
get
Bowl,
on them.
then what? Get eviscerated by Buffalo? Get
At this point,
destroyed
anybody
again
gonna
by
get
Kansas
eviscerated by
City?
Thank you, Trisha.
Anybody. Right now, it's Buffalo or bust.
I'd rather lose than to go to Super Bowl and have to face these jokers here.
You tripping? I'd rather get there. I'd rather just get there. But see, y'all been there recently.
Been there, done that. It's not special. At the end of the Super Bowl, it's not special when you walking away with that L on your back. Been there, done that. Now I know because y'all Cowboy fans, y'all just be happy to get there.
Oh, any team wants to get to the championship game, Eric.
But you
every team, Eric, every team wants to get there because if you get there, you have a chance to win.
You have a chance to win,
right? But you want to win it.
Obviously, but every team wants to get there, man.
Go name this Giants and Cowboys game, Eric.
Okay.
Yeah, because Kevin did something crazy.
Give me the Cowboys over the Giants because I still don't believe in who they saying they are right now. Okay. I think Dan Quinn is a phenomenal defensive coordinator, and that's enough. Now, wait a minute. Here's a caveat. You still have Mike McCarthy as a head coach.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna pop in right here because we gotta get to this. I said when Cooper Rush comes in, we're gonna have a more balanced offense, and we're gonna play well because we're not gonna force the quarterback to throw 40 times a game and look like a genius to make Kellen Moore shine or whatever the hell, excuse my language, they want to do. So I saw that coming. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna still be balanced. We're gonna run the ball more and run it successfully as we did week 1, even though we stopped, as we did last week. We're gonna be the Giants. I think they're just not a good team. They beat some bad teams. They beat the Titans and the Panthers. Those aren't credible wins in my opinion. I mean, I know win's a win, but you're scratching by some bad teams here. So that's I think we win. I know Kev Cherry said he didn't have confidence, but I think we get this win. I think we get this win.
Now, here's a question I need to ask. If the Giants upset the Cowboys, are the Giants legit?
No.
Okay,
No,
fair enough.
not these Cowboys. No.
Right. No.
Okay. So, but yeah, I do have I have them taking the ball away from the Giants at least twice in this game. Because of Dan Quinn. And because Cooper Rush is the quarterback, you're gonna run the ball more. You're gonna get a healthy dose of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, and they're gonna probably win this game by 10. I'm thinking about 10 points. So that's
Yep.
so to recap, Steelers over Browns, Bills over Fins, Bengals over Jets, Raiders over Titans, Saints over Panthers, Rams over Pack, Vikings over Lions, but that's the pick'em game. Eagles over Commanders, Chiefs over the Colts. That's my Stone Cold lock. Texans over Bears, Jags over Chargers, unless Justin Herbert plays. Rams over Cardinals, Bucks over Packers, Falcons over Seahawks, Broncos over Niners, and Cowboys over Giants. That's my picks. I'm not always right, but I'm more wrong. I'm more right than I am wrong.
Except for last week.
Except for last week. But guess what? By the end of the season, I'm gonna be more right than I am wrong.
There we go.
All right.
You can say that right now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is Panels 316 picks. And with the end of that, that is also the end of our show. Brandon Williams, Trish TV, Steve White, Panel 316. Ladies and gentlemen, peace and good night.